Thank God he's gone. The Smart Woman's Guide to Getting Back Your Personal Power. Reclaim your confidence. No man were bashed, beaten, or anything else in the writing of this book. It is a personal empowerment book for us gals. It is about getting out of your own way, getting past your own stuff, and just going for it in life and creating the life that you want. So chapter 6, how to forgive yourself and why it's important. Forgiveness is the key to what? The Smart Woman says forgiveness is the key to happiness. Now, I do have a croaky voice, so see how my voice goes this morning. Should I forgive you? How can I forgive you? Why would I forgive you? When I first heard this, I'm like, no effing way am I forgiving him. Not a chance. He was a beep and needs to pay for what he did. I think forgiveness is one of the biggest obstacles that we face as humans, or one of the biggest obstacles we put in our own way as people. In my private sessions, the aim is to help the clients to release the emotions that are stored in their body. All of the emotions we work with, forgiveness is the most difficult one. However, it is the most important one. Changing the page. Forgiveness is also viewed as letting the other person off the hook. If I forgive him for what he did to me, it means that what he did doesn't matter, or it wasn't important, or it wasn't the most horrible, shitty thing she could have said to me if I forgive her. If I forgive them, it means they will do it again. None of these are actually true. I view some of the strong, dark emotions such as anger, hatred, and bitterness as a poison. Poison for my body. I also think that these emotions play a part in the dis-ease or the illness. When I held on to these emotions, they played out in my daily dialogue, and I was also tense and I was stressed. I was cranky and nothing ever felt like it went my way. Everything that could go wrong felt like it was going wrong, and I blame holding on to these dark emotions and keeping them stuck in my body. Emotions have energy, and they are energy. They are intended to move through us, not get stuck in us and play on repeat, sometimes for some of us for many, many years. What would it take for you to get to forgiveness? And I mean true forgiveness. Not the forgiveness that I had for years, which translated into me trying not to think about him anymore, or I ignored how I felt about what he had done to me and how it made me feel and react. The toxic blame games. The Smart Woman says the blame game robs you of all of your choices. The most toxic game that any of us can play is the blame game. Some of us play the blame game for years and years after a breakup or an interaction with someone. Sometimes the blame game stays firmly front and center of our mind, and it's a daily conversation with thoughts and triggers pop into our heads. For many of us, it's a more subtle version. The occasional thought trips us up. For others, it's so firmly planted in our unconscious that we don't even realize how it affects us and our self-confidence and our self-worth. It becomes the ingrained dialogue that we accept that it just is the way that it is. The blame game is simple. You play the victim. Sorry. I know that is hard to hear, but unfortunately it is true. When you hang out in the blame game, you are forgetting all the choices that you have and how much control you have over your own thoughts and your own emotions. You are allowing someone else's shitty actions to determine the quality of your life daily. And yes, I do know that for some people have to escape the most horrible circumstances to break free, and I appreciate that those relationships can leave very deep scars. But why would you want to allow that person to suck another second of your life from you? Wouldn't you rather finally kick that dude to the curb, even if it's only metaphorically? I know you would. Getting to a place of forgiveness is the answer. Now, before you start wanting to burn the book or burn me, and just stick with me. I couldn't care less whether you forgive him or not. Really, it doesn't matter to me at all. But I do care about you. I want to help you to get to a place of forgiving yourself. And here is the tough love. Until we can truly forgive ourselves for the part that we played in that relationship, we are never truly free and can never really feel the exhilaration of living from our own congruence. In every relationship, we played a part. We do. There are two people in every relationship, and no matter how thin you slice it, there are always two sides. Whether you choose to be dragged along by the other person's actions or whether you are an active participant, you chose. Now, I know for some of you this is incredibly hard to admit, depending on the nature of the relationship and how it ended. We choose to stay or leave. We choose to give them another chance. We choose to ignore our gut instinct. We choose to make it work for as long as we can. We choose to try out our very best. We choose to try our very best to fix things, and we choose to give it our all. We choose to flee. We choose to ignore the change in behavior. We choose to make excuses. We choose to get involved with another person. We choose to go along with him because it's easier. We choose to do it for the kids. We choose to stay when there is violence or abuse. We choose to abide by our vows we made. We choose to stay because the payoffs make it worth it. We choose to honour our religion. We choose to do anything and everything except the one thing we know that we should have done. We didn't stand in our own personal power. So let's step one. Let's own it now. We chose. Thank you for listening. I know it was a short read today. If you've loved the book, please go and get a copy. Thank God He's Gone, The Smart Woman's Guide to Getting Back Your Personal Power, Reclaim Your Confidence, available on Amazon. And I thank everyone who's bought the book this last month or so. It's fabulous to see the sales coming in, and I just want to say thank you.